What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button and sub up to the channel if you're not a member of the channel, and also hit them notifications too, so that you're able to get each and every one of my streams, videos, all of that stuff. Okay. Um, Dwight Howard really feels that he's been disrespected. Um, in terms of him not being on the uh 75 list. And when it comes to Dwight Howard, we have to really understand something. Okay, he's burnt a lot of bridges in this league. Um, he's burnt quite a few bridges. I'm gonna say this first and foremost. Dwight Howard, for what he's done and what he's accomplished in the league, he should be on there. But at the same token, we have to understand that, man, you should be even glad that you even in the league and even still playing, as probably you've heard time and time again before. You know, uh, made no mistake about it, man. Dwight Howard, 8-time All Star, 8-time All NBA team, 5-time All Defensive uh, team, and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and not to mention a championship to go along with that. Yes, I get it. One of the most athletic big men of all time, and the other stuff that he got on there, like the all rookie first team, and uh, all NBA first team, all defensive team, and 2-time blocks leader, 5-time rebound leader, and slam dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like the most important ones were the championship and the three NBA Defensive Player of the Year award, and the All NBA First Team. That's very important too. But you have to realize, man, that the NBA got panelists, right? Well, the NBA 75 voters that are on there. You have to realize, take a look at the panelists that were on there, and realize, okay, why didn't he get in? And I'll name some people. Just to name, I'm gonna name all of the people that were uh, amongst the voting panelists that had to had say so in terms of the voting. Okay, uh, hold on one second. Let's see. Give me one second, y'all. Um, Now, we have to understand that some of these people, that were on this. Uh, just listen to some of the names and you'll understand. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Clyde Drexler, Damian Lillard, Scottie Pippen. Um, I'm sorry about that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tim Duncan, uh, Jack Jack McCollum, David Robinson, Marv Albert, David Dupree, Brian Mc, McIntyre, Bill Russell, David Aldridge, Wayne Embry, Ann Myers, Bob Ryan, Sam Amick, Julius Irving, Yoko Miyaja, Bill Simmons, uh, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Patrick Ewing, Earl Pearl Monroe, Sam Smith, Steve Ashburner, Walt Clyde Frazier, Steve Nash, Stephen A. Smith, Charles Barkley, George Gervin, Rachel Nichols, Mark Spears, Rick Barry, Russ Granick, Dirk Nowitzki, Eric Spoelstra, Howard Beck, Becky Hammond, Shaquille O'Neal, John Stockton, Dave Bean, Elvin Hayes, Robert Parrish, Hannah Storm, Sue Bird, Ernie Johnson, Candace Parker, Cheryl Swoops, Carol Blazejowski, Magic Johnson, Chris Paul, Isaiah Thomas, Mike Breen, Sam Jones, Bob Pettit, Rod Thorne, Doris Burke, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Rudy Tomjanovich, Jerry Colangelo, Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, Peter Vesey, Doug Collins, Bob Lanier, Sean Powell, Bill Walton, Cynthia Cooper, Carol Lawson, Amar Rashad, Rick Welts, Bob Costas, Lisa Leslie, Willis Reed, Jerry West, David Cowens, Nancy Lieberman, Tim Reynolds, Michael Wilbon, Billy Cunningham, Zach Lowe, Bill Roden, Lenny Wilkins, Steph Curry, Jerry Lucas, Pat Riley, James Worthy, Clyde Drexler, Jackie McMullen, Oscar Robertson, and Jeff Zilgett. Now think about, if you didn't hear that list, think about some of them names that's on that list, right? First and foremost, let's start with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Okay, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he burnt his bridge with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when the first time he was in LA, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had tried to work with Dwight numerous of times to try to help him develop some sort of post game other than him being one dimensional with the post move that the post move that he had in his repertoire. He never Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was trying his best to feed him advice and everything, but he never wanted to take Kareem's advice. And who better than to take advice from than the for at least for right now, the number one scorer of all time on the all time scoring list. And I say for right now because LeBron James potentially, if don't nothing happen to him, can potentially go ahead and get that title. He had always talked about Dwight Howard's shelf life as being shortened in terms of his excellence and how he performed, because he never wanted to progress as an NBA big. Okay, so that bridge was burnt a long time ago. You look at other quality bigs that at least tried to work on their game. Andrew Bynum at one point in time, he he was actually premiering as a solid big man, shortly before he had got injured and everything, and injuries started to take a toll, and then bounced around the league and all that, became kind of a journeyman, and never quite lived up to what he was supposed to do after the Lakers. But even in his short time, he listened to Kareem, and you saw promise in Andrew Bynum, right? So why couldn't Dwight Howard, being a veteran that he was, being a all those accolades that he had, why couldn't he do that? Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Um, Another name that stands out too is, of course, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, man, him and Dwight have been beefing for a long time, and it started off with the Superman thing, but also it started. Shaq was always getting on Dwight about making excuses, uh, playing, complaining, being soft, all that other stuff. You know how Shaq is. Now with Dwight, he did go out there and he gave it his all, especially uh, the shoulder issue. But at the same token, he never really picked Shaq's brain. Shaq felt like he kind of was a carbon copy to what he was doing, bringing in the Superman, and Shaq felt like he started all of that and everything. And they never really just had a great relationship. He was always real critical of Dwight, and some people might say, well, Polo, why are you going through all this, and why are you talking about this? You know, well, you got to think about it. A lot of people play like that are on this list. They play on biasness. They use their bias, and they're like, you know what? Nah, I'm not putting that guy in. You'll be surprised of how little or how small a thing was, and then it turned into later on. And some people never ever forgot, such as the Kareem. I'm not exactly saying that it was them, but I'm keeping in mind. Okay, you got to put two and two together. And see, there's no way that you shouldn't put a guy like Dwight in there, but you have to understand that the NBA is a fraternity and it is a family, and when you burn bridges and you don't have good relationships long term, guess what? You'll end up getting burnt yourself in the end. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. And then you got, of course, Charles Barkley, who's never, he's never had a great relationship with Dwight Howard. Always, very critical of Dwight Howard. Even got on the show, and they tried to discuss their various issues on NBA on TNT and stuff. You know, in turn with him and Kenny Smith and Ernie Johnson. And uh, don't think I don't think Shaq was there at that time. I think he was. I wasn't quite sure. And then of course Kevin Garnett never had a they were about to actually squabble, but they never got along. They might have in, I would say, the the vast beginning, because Dwight Howard was with Adidas, and they actually all shot a commercial. I think they all shot a commercial together, because it was T Mac, it was Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Dwight Howard, all when they were all with Adidas. Well, I guess as time went along, they got to see how Dwight was and what type of personality he was and stuff like that, and he just rubbed guys the wrong way. So that relationship was damaged with Kevin Garnett. Okay, and I think The only other one that I could see that kind of like sticks out in my mind is I can't really see, well, of course Stephen A. Smith, you know what I'm saying? He's always been critical of Dwight too. You know what I'm saying? But that's expected, man. Stephen A. Smith, I don't trust anything that he said. Now, some supporters that were actually on the panel, I think of with Dwight is Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing has been real supportive of Dwight because Patrick Ewing was on the coaching staff in Orlando. You know, um, I want to say, you know, Magic. He's been, but Magic has always been real critical, but also in the same turn, he wanted him to get better. You know what I'm saying? Much like anybody who was a Laker, they wanted Dwight, to get better. But we have to understand that some of those names that stand out, the obvious that stood out are Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, which are bigs. Uh, what you call um, who else did I say? Charles Barkley. He wasn't a big, but he was one of the ones that had trouble with him. And KG, guys like that, he didn't really have a great, relationship with those guys, and he kind of burnt those bridges. So if you're on the panel and you're voting and everything, of course, a lot of it is going to play. They're going to play into their biasness on a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I had to go back and I had to look. I'm like, okay, Dwight, he feels disrespected. Let's go ahead and take a look because I didn't really look at who was on the voting panel until just a few days ago. But then I remember seeing it and I had to look over it twice. It was kind of like with shout out to Too Raw for TV. Go sub to his channel. He had said when he was talking about the list, he had to look over it again. Well, I wasn't looking over the list. I was looking at who was actually voting in these motherfuckers. Because a lot of people that you felt should have been on that list weren't on that list, and I was just like, okay, well, why they get on? And I never thought to do that when they didn't get Dominique Wilkins or Reggie Miller on the first time. You know, so I just had to talk about this because Dwight Howard, he said he feels disrespected, but you kind of shot yourself in the you you pretty much shot yourself in the own foot, man. You Barney Fifed yourself. You know what I'm saying? You did that stuff. You burnt a lot of bridges and stuff, and you got to think about it. The media, he hasn't had the greatest relationship with the media at times. Um, and then of course all the other personal stuff that happened off the floor and on the bench and all that other stuff, which I'm not gonna get into because that right there is the whole booty goons stuff like that, man. I ain't with none of that. But we talking about just strictly his relationships, uh, as it goes with some of these people and some of these former players that are on there. I'm trying to figure out how the hell Marcus Spears is on there. Nigga, you play football, nigga. Like how the fuck, man? How the fuck Marcus Spears is on that bitch? That's I don't get that shit either. What the fuck is he on there for? Salute to you, Matt Moses. Like why the hell Marcus Spears on there, man? That's football, man. This ain't even your alley. Look, Marcus Spears, I kind of lost respect for him too a little bit, man, because at first I thought he was holding it down for us, but After that, man, I was like, man, okay, now you starting to coon just a little bit, man. It's just like with Kendrick Perkins, started off, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, Kendrick, you keeping it 100. You said Spears was a bum. Yeah, yeah, that nigga, you need to stick to goddamn, Matt Moses, he need to stick to goddamn NFL, man. That nigga's on the panel voting for the NBA 75. Your ass, that wasn't your forte, nigga. Now I can understand, okay, if you was on panelists for football, nigga, you ain't no you shouldn't be on there, and neither should Stephen A. Smith. He shouldn't be on that motherfucker. Nigga, we need to be talking about, hey, look, we need to be talking about who should be on this goddamn voting panel. You know what I mean? Matt Moses, some of these motherfuckers never even step foot on the floor. Look, it should be motherfucking coaches or players out in this bitch. I don't want to hear no, like, I can understand Cheryl Swoops. I can understand Candace Parker. I could deal with Ernie Johnson to a degree. But motherfucking Marcus Spears, Rachel Nichols, man, is you fucking kidding me? Man, you shouldn't be on no motherfucking panel, nigga. Man, your ass was trying to get people fired. Yeah, I know. Coming up in a day or so, right after day after Halloween. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we talking about NBA. I ain't talking about no motherfucking politics, because that shit don't even matter right there. But man, come on, man. You got to be kidding me, man. Some of these people do not deserve to be voting uh some of these players for NBA, like Bill Simmons. Come on, man. Like, I'm looking at some of these guys, man. I'm looking at some of these people, man. Like, okay, it for the ones that didn't play ball, like a Ahmad Rashad, I can understand a guy like Ahmad Rashad, because Ahmad Rashad, he's been with the NBA family. He's watched the NBA progress um through through its progression, through its ups and downs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or even a guy like Marv Albert. I'm just talking about the ones that really, because Marv Rashad was a football player. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith, man, I understand you love the damn game, man, but you just heavily critical of every fucking body, man. It's not like you giving back, man. Sometimes you do a disservice. At first, man, you seem like you was on the up and up, but then you got on there, man, and you started butt dancing. Had 10 career stats. Damn, y'all, hey, salute to you, Dracoy Royal, Dallas stand up. Man, damn, y'all roasting the shit out of Marcus. Man, how the fuck, that's what I'm saying, nigga, how the fuck you get on a panel? What the fuck is Marcus Spears doing on the panel, man? You have no motherfucking reason to be on that shit. Now you an analyst. Now you can speak on basketball now, nigga. Nigga, if that's the case, you might as well put T.O. ass on there. T.O. is way more successful and can play way better than that motherfucker. Put Randy Moss on that bitch. That motherfucker could hoop. Nigga, you got Marcus Spears on that motherfucker. Nigga, put Michael Irvin on that motherfucker. He played in high school. what's his name? Deion Sanders was all state in basketball and football. Come on, man. Y'all got Marcus Spears on there, man. Come on, man. That's that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I'm just like, how the hell? Look, if you didn't, if you're not really a basketball, like somebody that's constantly watching the game and all that other stuff, man, you have no business being on here. You have no business being on here. You know, I'm gonna be real. I don't even think like Bob Costas should be on there. I really don't think that he should be on there on the panel. You got Rachel Nichols and you got Marcus Spears on that bitch. I can understand Hannah Storm. Of course, fucking Becky Hammond, even though she got a little issues and stuff like that was going on. But come on, man. Marcus Spears, man. Come on. Come on, man. And somebody like Bill Simmons, but see, a lot of them are journalists and beat writers and stuff like that. But that really doesn't that shouldn't make you a panelist, man. I want to see motherfuckers that actually played the game. I want to see motherfuckers on there that actually, the majority of them that played the game, that actually was close to the game. You know, I don't want to see nobody on there that are just mainly journalists. They ain't never stepped on the floor. They ain't even play no high school ball. I don't want to see none of that. You know, shit. Why didn't you add? As much as you don't like Dwight Howard, y'all could have added him as a panelist. But there goes again. He burnt relationships. What's up, Don? I see you in the building, man. Who would I take in my prime today? Oh man, I would have to say Dwight, because Dwight actually got to the finals, just didn't capitalize. He just didn't capitalize. Even though he didn't have no post moves like that or anything. Oh man, Dwight, you want to talk about a freak of nature and specimen and all that other stuff like y'all talk about LeBron James. Dwight was that too. And Dwight, the thing about a lot of people don't understand too, Dwight, he wasn't in my opinion, he wasn't soft like some people think like AD is or anything. He played through injuries, but he just never developed uh the offensive game. He was always good on the pick and roll and good at being a cleanup man, rebound. Like, you got to understand. You're talking about a guy. He was good defensively, of course. Really good. Really, he was great defensively. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis was never, as much as I like Anthony Davis, he was never a three-time defensive player of the year. Um, uh, you know, he, he led the league. He led the league in blocks. he led the league in blocks two times, and he was a 5-time NBA rebounding leader. As much as I like Anthony Davis, he doesn't do it consistently. That's the reason why. And I know y'all got a little mad at me for saying that. Hey, I apologize, but hey, I just got to tell the truth. Y'all want me to sit up here and talk about Dwight's personal life. Y'all want me to sit up here and hate the man because of whatever lifestyle that he chooses. Man, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the relationships that he he damaged and the bridges that he burned. It has a lot to do with it. So you look at the voter. If you just coming into this stream and you listening to this, I read off all of the names that were on that list. For voting and why Dwight Howard might have not got in. But yeah, Marcus Spears, man, he has no business. He has no business being on there. Rachel Nichols has no business being on there. How come you ain't got Kerry Champion on there? That's who you should have on the panelists. They got Rachel Nichols, but they don't got Kerry Champion on there. Who's better at what she do? She plays sports. Come on, man. It's a no brainer. And I don't think they didn't want him. They didn't want him from the beginning. You know. And the only thing, listen, I never paid attention to Dwight because he did a good job while he was in Philly. Everywhere that he goes, he's always played his role or whatnot. But I think him complaining and him his relationship with coaches and teammates and things of that nature because he became a journeyman. Dwight Howard became a journeyman. He played, of course, he played for the Orlando Magic. He played for Orlando from '04 to 12. Then had a short stint with the Lakers at one time that one year when Mamba was still here with us. Played 3 years with the Rockets. Played a year with Atlanta back at home where he from. Played with Charlotte for 1 year. Then played with the Wizards for 1 year. Went back to the Lakers, got that chip. Then went to the 76ers. Now he back with the Lakers again. And think about it. He played for the Lakers 3 different times. Played for the Lakers 3 different times. But see, he's been around the NBA. You never know what type of relationships that he had with various teammates. I'm talking about as far as being being cool with them and everything. And then next thing you know, shit went left because of whatever reason. Maybe they didn't feel like he was a good teammate. Maybe he felt like he complained too much. Maybe he felt like he was being a diva. Maybe some of the journalists and the media members, they felt like Dwight rubbed them the wrong way. It's a whole lot of reasons. But that panelist, that has a lot to do with it. Those panelists, they got a lot to do with it, man. And come to think of it, I don't think Rachel Nichols liked Dwight Howard either, but she on the damn panel. Man, Rachel Nichols, man, you shouldn't even, nigga, you just, man, you got booted. How the fuck you get on the panel? It should be Malika Andrews. Though, man, I'll take Malika Andrews over her. Malika Andrews or Carrie Champion or Maria Taylor. I take one of them over there. At least they played. At least Carrie Champion. She went to UCLA from California. Maria Taylor. She played ball. Volleyball and basketball. Reports on all of the sports, including NBA, uh, college, SEC, all that. You name it, she done it. Those are the people that you really that really know the game. Rachel Nichols don't know a damn thing, man. You got Marcus Spears on. I wonder how the hell that motherfucker got on there though. I can't get past that shit. I can't get past that. Marcus Spears. That means okay, we could get hey, that means we could get NFL linemen. We could get NFL linemen to be on the voting panelists for NBA players, the best NBA players in history. That's amazing, man. Shit, you might as well make some of us a panelist. Hell, make me a panelist. Shit, like what did you play besides? Did you play professional basketball? Like, come on, man. This stuff got to stop, man. I'd have respected if they put a guy like T.O. on that bitch. Marcus Spears, man. Anyways, man, like this video, share it, uh, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member of the channel, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Again, it's Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment.